Welcome to Rad2, another daily reader for Reddit. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. There is probably at least one white guy, adopted and raised in China, who speaks English with a Chinese accent, and strangers just assume he's a total butthole. This is a shower thought. The real critical thinking shower thought is that Chinese people literally wouldn't care, and just think that he's trying to speak English. U2.be These two dudes speak English, but they were raised in Hong Kong, so they can speak Cantonese and English with a Canto accent. I work in Japan, and one of my clients is a half Japanese, half Swedish man who somehow got every single Swedish gene in the pool, looks hard white, and speaks English in a heavy Japanese accent. One of the biggest mind freaks I've experienced in my life. Scandinavian countries have great Japanese accents. Finnish people who learn Japanese sound real good. Well, my Danish father's Japanese is not really good at all, and most Scandinavian languages sound nothing like Japanese. However, Finnish, which is not related to Scandinavian languages, has very similar sounds. Even Finnish names sound like Japanese names. My Chinese teacher was like the whitest person ever, but born and raised in Taiwan. So she spoke Chinese with a perfect accent. One of her closest friends was adopted from China to Norway but barely speaks any Chinese at all. They had been to China together a couple of times, and once they decided to mess with some people they met. So they walked into a store and heard the people in these make jokes about the Westerner coming here with her translator. The Chinese-looking one would then speak in Norwegian to my teacher, who would then translate it to flawless Mandarin, and the other people were just too confused to even reply to her. Edit. I also just remembered this video by ADV China where they visit an area close to the Russian border, where you'll find white Russian Chinese people who speak Chinese. U2.be Here's a good example. There's a kid in my school who has a white Asian dad and a white mom. He grew up in China and came to the US for high school. He speaks fluent Chinese but can barely speak English. Does Donald Trump know about this? The kid has the worst accent in the history of accents, maybe ever. Show us how she spoke. Is it possible to adopt a foreign person as your child in China? I grew up in a northern Chinese city that is close to Russia. Apparently there were a lot of Russians in the city after their revolution. Most of them eventually moved back in the 50s, I think. But I do remember before 1989. Once or twice in a year you could see a white person on the street speaking perfect Chinese. Once there was a guy walking by and he looked, to me, at the time, having not met many Caucasians, exactly like all the pictures of Karl Marx that we saw so often. I feel all the people, including grown-ups on the street, just held their breath and admired. Then he started calling out to his daughter to remind her to come home early for dinner. With perfect northern accent, of course. And it just kind of took the glow away. Edit. Thanks so much for the upvotes. To answer the many questions regarding my hometown, yes, it is Harbin. Mom's hairdresser is a Chinese woman who grew up in India. She speaks English with an Indian accent. It must throw off a lot of people. What if his name is like Dick Chow too? And he's also a private detective, and he introduces himself like, "Hi, I'm Chow, Dick Chow, Private Dick, Detective that is. I am Chow, Dick Chow, Private Dick, Detective that is." Thanks for watching Rad2. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit videos. If you like these videos, check out the original Rad channel.